and inspired others to do the same. By advocating for veterans, we are...
And I also read my school paper.
12-year-old children.
There's somebody I need to do for
Important is this. Without
Truly, I don't know how much I have left, and I have to
However, for some,
their funds are disappearing when nobody listens to the salt farmers.
They seek jobs to become independent, but nobody listens to the disabled.
They want more confidence of their own capabilities, but nobody listens to the immigrant women.
People never listen to them.
So they kept silent. They have become silent. So we, SNU SIFE, listen to them.
we, SNU SIFE, listen to the voices of the salt farmers.
In 2008, Sinangun Cheonnam was designated as a special economic zone in the basalt industry. Consequently, the government neglected the traditionally dominant basalt producers in Gyeonggi, and many of them faced the danger of eventually disappearing. SNU SIFE learned of this situation and launched Project Yan in order to revitalize the basalt industry in Gyeonggi province. Taking environmental factors into consideration, we selected Dongju Salt Farm as our people in need. Dongju is using eco-friendly pottery tile production methods rather than more commonly used PVC board methods.
After visiting Dongju Salt Farm, we determined that internally, the management lacked a profitable business model, and farmers experienced low income from irregular production. Externally, Dongju Farm had a complicated distribution structure and suffered from political negligence also.
As you can see, Dongju Farm had many problems that SNU SIFE could help them with. So we designed a new business model of an experience program at Dongju Salt Farm after last year's national competition. This experience program could solve low profitability in the short run and low awareness of the place of origin in the long run to improve salt sales.
The experience program provided Dongju management with a profitable business model. This program was mainly targeted at elementary students in Seoul and Gyeonggi province. In addition, we also targeted children and families looking for a specialty. Therefore, our program integrated school curriculums and included unique content. Our program created sales of 3 million won, proving to be a sustainable and profitable business model.
The farmers suffered from low income of on average 1 million won a month. Through the new staff roles at the experience program, each of the 6 basalt farmers secured an additional 500,000 won of monthly income from March to October. Compared to the former income, this is a 33% increase.
We solved the problem of complicated distribution structure through creating a new distribution channel directly to customers. On-premise salt sales at the experience program created a revenue of 2.3 million won. We also promoted online sales through promotional souvenirs and brochures, creating further revenue of 1.5 million won.
SNU SIFE addressed the external problem of political negligence also. For the past 2 years, Project Young built upon the trust with Ansan City Council and Gyeonggi Provincial Government gained in the process of launching the experience program. Ansan City Council sent out our promotion letters to local kindergartens for our program. Whilst at the beginning of our project, we were limited to infrequent meetings with lower management at Ansan City Council, We have now established a close relationship with senior officers who have much more authority and influence. As a result, we were able to create political awareness, and a Daebudo Basalt specialized agency is to be founded.
Now, we will briefly show the yearly cash flows of our project. Firstly, we needed to build new facilities for the program. So in 2009, we secured a total of 40 million won in finished constructions. These facilities included restrooms and water pipelines. We also renovated the salt storage, the wooden platforms, and the information sign.
In September 2010, before officially launching the program, we carried out 2 test programs. 603 elementary students participated, and we made a total of 1.8 million won in revenue. Through this test program, we discovered that there was an absence of a standardized program. Thus, we created a new program and a detailed manual so that the program could be sustained by Dongju Farm alone.
This year, SNU SAIP collaborated with Ansan City Council and applied to the Community Venture Cultivation Program held by the government. As a result, we received a total budget of 50 million won. 30 million has been used for renovation, and 20 million was allocated to supplement the wages of 6 farmers with additional staff roles.
Since June 17th, a total of 301 people have participated in our program within only a month. Consequently, Dongju was able to enjoy sales of 1.2 million won, demonstrating the potential for this new business model.
For a more sustainable business, we plan on sending out promotional letters to elementary schools in Gyeonggi and Ansan through education offices. Since it is mandatory for them to go on an experience program, we will target 324 student groups in Ansan next year and 6,870 groups in Gyeonggi in the following years. Even with a very small market share, a 2% of Ansan and a 0.13% in Gyeonggi, we will be able to secure the financial means in order to employ the 6 basalt farmers. This way, we will be able to see solid profits instead of relying on funds for the wages.
Thus, SNU SAIP successfully addressed all 4 problems of Dongju Farm through the experience program. In the short run, Dongju Farm has started to increase its revenues, and in the long run, we will be able to raise awareness of Dongju Farm, taking advantage of the Daebudo Specialized Agency. We also plan on including more farms into our project through the Specialized Agency, and finally, launch a new, combined brand of basalt in our mission to revitalize the whole Gyeonggi basalt industry.
We, SNU SAIP, listen to the voices of the disabled.
In Korea, 1 out of 20 people is disabled. This population reaches 2.5 million. Many of them desire to live an independent life, yet they are restricted by the lack of available jobs, relying on facilities even after they have become adults. These facilities are mostly overcrowded and are unable to expand accommodation under the current government funds.
Therefore, we have launched Project Nare to create jobs for the disabled, and thus help them obtain economic independence from the facility, so the new disabled people can benefit from rehabilitation support.
From our long-term relationship between Ansan City Council and Project Young, we discovered a facility called Jungun Sesang, located in Daebudo. The management of this facility wanted to create a group home to solve the problem mentioned earlier.
A group home is not a facility, but a new form of family. It is a small unit of disabled people living independently, receiving minimal support from a social worker. In order to build a group home, the management needed a profitable business model to support it financially, and the disabled people needed a job and proper education to live independently. However, Both parties lacked in their respective aspects, so SNU SAIF decided to select both Tungun Sesang's management and the disabled members as our target audience.
Tungun Sesang needed a profitable business model. SNU SAIF has been involved in creating such a business model from the very beginning. We first started with choosing a business item. Tungun Sesang management was keen on exploiting regional specialty products of Daebudo, bay salt and grape juice. According to our analysis, the manufacturing process for grape juice was simpler and thus more suitable for our disabled candidates. Therefore, we selected grape juice as our business item.
Our next step was to design a profitable business model, extracting grape juice for other grape farmers in Daebudo and receiving fees for that service. We analyzed the total market size of extraction service in Daebudo to be around 500 million won. We also observed that all the facilities for extracting grape juice were unlicensed.
In order to differentiate our service, we first developed an attractive label design. We crafted a better label design compared to the other products. Secondly, we decided to manufacture different packaging styles to the clients, offering more options. Thirdly, Tungun Sesang will be able to offer a legalized extraction service with their proper facilities.
In the first year, SNU SAIF and Tungun Sesang plan to fully focus on the extraction service. However, in the second and third year, we will slowly integrate vertically and produce grape juices of our own. This not only means integrating supply, leveraging on grapes Tungun Sesang has been growing privately, but also taking over the front parts of the value chain. We plan to distribute our products through both B2B and B2C channels.
To solve the problem of the disabled, after receiving advice from experts, we customized the production equipment to the disabled people whom we would be hiring. We are currently near finishing constructions. We confirmed the employment up to disabled and will gradually increase the number of disabled workers.
Moreover, SNU SAIF developed a program for both job training and education on economics. To create a proper job training program for those workers, SNU SAIF visited ACE Food, which employs disabled people. Based on collected information, we wrote a training manual.
SNU SAIF also planned on conducting economic education to prepare the disabled for economic independence. These classes will not only cover basic concepts about money and jobs, but also advance the concept of receiving a fair price for labor. It also includes simulations of applying such concepts in real life.
Through creating a profitable business model and a program for job training and education, SNU SAIF successfully took the first step towards creating a group home. After the disabled people leave for this group home, Tungun Sesang will be able to receive more people into its facility, creating a virtuous cycle. In the end, the disabled will be able to live a life that is physically, economically, and socially independent.
We, SNU SAIF, listen to the voices of the immigrant women.
According to statistical data in 2010, 10% of all married couples in Korea are international couples. Out of them, 80% consist of a Korean husband and immigrant wife, who mostly come from developing Asian countries.
These immigrant women face countless problems in a foreign environment, the most basic of which they suffer within their own families. In general, they have no household authority and thus very low self-esteem.
To enhance their self-esteem and empower them, it seemed crucial for us to let them realize their own capabilities and to provide them with economic opportunities. So, we listened to them. That's when we decided to launch Project BOOM on December 2010.
As our target audience, we selected a number of immigrant women in Hongcheong, Gangwon province, and a social enterprise called Aolim, which employs some of them. The immigrant women had no opportunity to apply their skills, and Aolim itself did not leverage on any core competencies either. After analyzing what these immigrant women and Olin could offer, we created a strategy to tackle these challenges.
Everything sprouted from a tiny foreign seed. We started from growing foreign crops, and this eventually branched out into three main business strategies to diversify profits: cultivating and selling crops, opening a grocery store, and putting a fair travel model into action. Also, as a background to this project, we conducted education on basic economics.
First, we created a unique business model of growing and selling foreign agricultural products. Our team researched crops suitable for cultivation in Ongcheon and those which immigrant women knew how to grow. As a result, we selected the Thai eggplant, Thai pepper, and morning glory. After inquiring the authorities whether it is possible to import the seeds for these crops, we followed a complicated legal process to secure import permits. Upon importing the selected seeds from Thailand, we started working with Hongcheon Agricultural Technology and Extension Center to provide a suitable environment for seed germination.
These pictures show the current state. We expect to harvest them around late September or early October. Many Thai restaurants suffer from both irregular supply and price of ingredients. In Seoul, there are around 40 Thai restaurants in this situation. In the case of Thai eggplants, the total market size reaches 75 million won. By offering a regular supply of Thai eggplants with stable prices, we would increase the annual revenue by 350% per 1,000 square meters, and the expected income of only to 1.2 million won. This will solve the imbalance between demand and supply.
To support our harvest, SNU SAI fundraised 3.5 million won through Seoul National University. Utilizing this budget, we will move the plants into a greenhouse. This way, these foreign crops will be able to provide a more sustainable income to immigrant women and Aolim throughout the whole year.
The next strategy was to open a grocery store in order to utilize the crop more effectively and diversify profits. In addition to providing a place for the product to be sold, this store also meets the needs of immigrant women for foreign ingredients, agricultural products, and Korean side dishes.
To manage this place, our team entered a competition and successfully acquired the wages for the store's employees in the preparation step. After opening the store, we did a variety of things in terms of management and promotion. Olim employed 2 new immigrant women for the grocery store. On average, this employment will raise their family income from 1.5 million won to 2.4 million won per month. This will help them express their voice with more confidence within the household.
Our third strategy is to create a fair travel model named Nuribo Multicultural School. Through the Nuribo, we not only expect to provide immigrant women with a chance to utilize their own capabilities, but also create additional income.
This program includes cross-cultural awareness education and agricultural experience program through foreign crops. The value of this program was recognized by government entities. We have secured 3 million won to start the program and will receive continuous support from the organizations. Leveraging on this, we will conduct job training for the immigrant women and purchase the necessary equipment for the program.
To support and sustain all 3 of our strategies, we conducted economic education. These immigrant women had little understanding of the Korean economic system, which made it harder for them to be involved and integrated as an independent economic entity within the household.
Thus, we prepare a curriculum of 8 classes. These classes would cover basic economic concepts and contents about how to manage the grocery store. The classes have started on May 14th. Currently, we have been teaching 9 women for 2 hours at a time. Through this education, we will enhance the financial literacy of these women, and thus, we will be able to empower them more effectively.
Project PORM started with a small foreign crop seed. But through adding funding and our efforts, we enabled Olim to employ 2 more women, increasing their family income. As a result, the immigrant women were able to utilize their own capabilities, enhance their income, and in the end, bloom their self-confidence.
뭐 체험학습이든 뭐 이렇게 선물을 갖다 주는 거든 이런 거 갖다가 이렇게 알려줬을 때는 부모들이랄까 굉장히 좋은 반응이 되고 그리고 또 실질적으로 시나 이런 데서 그 반응을 받았기 때문에 요즘 굉장히 도움이 많이 받는 것 같아요.
장애인들의 일거리를 만들어가지고 생활시설에서 나가는 그러니까 자기가 할 수 있는 가정을 꾸릴 수 있는 그런 거를 궁극적인 목표로 하고 있기 때문에
하나하나 세심하게 다 지도해주고 지원을 해주셔서 저 사회복지학 어머님이 단체 매장도 오픈을 할 수 있었고요. 그 다음에 설계 프로그램까지 전환을 할 수 있는데 굉장히 큰 힘이 되는 거거든요. 생각을 갖고 하다 보니까 열정
주요 중요한 자신감을 가지고
친구들이 있기 때문에 제일 처음에
We will never stop listening
until the whole world smiles.
University Society, your presentation time will be added to the question and answer period. Judges, you may ask questions now.
네, 잘 봤습니다. 올해도 참석해 주시고 또 열심히 하셔서 파이널까지 오시고 정말 축하드리고 그 다음에 이제 서울대학교도 보니까 연 같은 프로젝트들 이제 막 멀티이어로 이렇게 되는 것 같아서 그것도 굉장히 보람이 있고 좋은 것 같습니다. 축하드리고요. 저는 가장 오래된 프로젝트 연에 대해서 한 가지만 질문을 좀 드리겠습니다. 이 연이 이 비즈니스 모델로서 가능하다고 생각하시는지 두 가지 측면에서 하나는 동주 자체를 봤을 때 시설비까지 포함을 한다면 1년 좀 넘는 시간에 1억 가까운 돈을 투자를 하고 인컴은 680만 원, 그 중에서도 비지터들 빼고 나면 300만 원, 실제로 소금을 팔아서는 300만 원을 겨우 인컴으로 번 것인데 이 자체가 비즈니스 모델이 될 수 있다고 보시는지, 그 다음에 두 번째로는 동주 말고 제2, 제3, 제4의 동주가 나와야 앞에서 보신 것처럼 이 비즈니스 모델로서 정말로 우리가 기업가 정신을 발휘하는 것인데 1억 이상의 펀드를 받아서 이렇게 운영하는 것이 동주 이후에 얼마나 실제로 가능성이 있다고 생각하시는지 두 가지입니다.
네, 조금 긴 답변이 될 수도 있을 것 같습니다. 저희가 처음 이 프로젝트를 시작했을 때는 소금을 직접 판매하는 식으로 프로젝트를 시작했었습니다. 저희가 작년 NC에 발표했기 때문에 이번에는 발표를 하지 않았는데요. 테스트 프로덕트를 팔아보았습니다. 근데 많이 팔리지 않았습니다. 그 이유를 조사한 결과 이 산지 브랜드 어웨니스가 낮았기 때문입니다. 그래서 저희는 저희 학생들의 힘으로써 신안군에게 절대적으로 밀리고 있는 경기 지역 염전의 어웨니스를 올리자라고 하는 것은 단발적인 이벤트밖에 될 수 없고 지속적이지 않다라는 결론을 내렸습니다. 그래서 처음으로 만들게 된 비즈니스 모델이 체험학습 프로그램입니다. 그렇게 만들어진 체험학습 프로그램을 저희는 일단은 시설을 확보하기 위해서 시청 그리고 경기도청 정부의 지원을 받기 위해서 굉장히 노력을 하였고 결국 결과적으로 저희가 약 2년 동안 9천만 원이라는 아웃풋을 만들어낸 것도 사실입니다. 그리고 그 동안에 저희는 여러 가지의 연결고리를 찾기 위해서 그 현장에 오신 고객들에게 소금을 직접 판매한다거나 하는 등의 아이디어를 고안을 하였고요. 이게 시작된 지 딱 한 달이 되었고 한 달 동안 300여 명의 사람을 찾아주었고 또 기존의 도매상에게 불리한 위치에 있던 유통구조를 해결할 가능성이 있는 직접 판매까지도 이루어진 점에서 저는 충분히 가능성이 있다고 생각합니다. 그리고 안산시청과 저희와의 관계를 이용해서 각 초등학교의 체험학습 일정이 수립되는 연말에 저희는 안산시 그리고 경기도청 관내에 있는 초등학교에 공문을 발송할 예정입니다. 그렇게 단체 손님을 유치할 수 있다면 체험학습 자체만으로도 어느 정도의 수익이 가능할 것이라고 생각을 하고 장기적으로는 이 체험학습에 방문한 사람들이 염전에 대해서 호의적인 어떤 생각을 갖고 또 지금 저희로 인해서 출범한 대부도 특화사업단, 대부도 천일염 특화사업단을 이용해서 어웨니스를 올릴 수 있다면 장기적으로도 소금 판매가 가능할 것이라고 생각합니다. 이 계획이 경기도 지역 전체 염전으로 가기 위해선 저희 프로젝트 시작으로 돌아갑니다. 저희 프로젝트 시작에 저희가 동주염전을 고른 이유는 PVC 장판 메소드가 아니라 이코프렌들리 포털 타일 메소드라고 말씀드렸던 옹기 타일염 방식의 그 키가 있습니다. 옹기 타일염 방식은 다른 소금과 다르게 미네랄이 풍부하고 또 장판에서 나올 수 있는 뜨거운 태양 아래서 장판에서 나올 수 있는 유해 물질이 나오지 않는 친환경적인 생산 방식입니다. 결과적으로 우리가 신안에 비해 규모의 경제가 밀리고 결국 가격 경쟁력에서 이길 수 없다면 생산성이 좋지만 친환경적이지 않고 품질도 나쁜 장판염보다는 친환경적이고 품질이 좋은 에코프렌들리 포털 타일 프로덕션 메소드를 이용해서 이 주변 경기 지역 염전들에게 설득을 하고 저희가 그동안 이루어낸 모든 성과, 어웨니스를 올리기 위해 했던 모든 성과를 이용해서 저희는 경기 지역의 통합 베이스솔트 브랜드를 만들려고 계획하고 있습니다.
제가 한 가지 여쭤보고 싶은데요. 저도 다른 프로젝트는 뭐 오래되지 않아서 연 프로젝트에 관심이 여쭤보고 싶은데 연 프로젝트는 지금 스폰서 5천만 원 받은 거하고 그다음에 그 안산시 의회의 고위 간부들하고의 좋은 관계를 이용해서 그 정치적으로 해결한다. 만약에 그런 게 끊어졌을 때 스폰서도 없고 그런 또 고위 간부와의 그 릴레이션십도 안 됐을 때는 어떻게 하는 건지 또 예를 들어서 다른 업체들은 그러면 어떻게 해야 되는지.
I'm sorry, your Q&A time has expired. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, please join me thanking the staff team from Seoul National University.